Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will make another tutorial I totally forgot of. So this one here. So this is done with the sound effector, so you see. And this is quite easy, and there are more ways you can do this. So simply let's start, I would say. So first of all we need a cube. So this a cube, and I make it 3 by 50 by 3 or so. Okay, and I make the cube. I don't have to make it editable, but I will make it editable so I can work with the axis how I want it. So as I could use the axis center here, the capsule, but if someone doesn't have it or so have older versions, we do it this way. And so make the cube editable, see on the keyboard, and I bring the axis here up to this. Okay, should be fine so far. So this I did with the axis center tool. I have the axis center tool here, and it's somewhere, we will find it here. The easiest way to find something you search for is hit Shift C on the keyboard, and here axis center, and you see you find it immediately. And then if you need it more often like me, you can directly drag it from here in your toolbar. Okay, now we need a cloner. This is a subdivision. I always think the wrong one because they look a little similar. So cloner grid is okay for me, but I need it just in the X. 3 centimeters, so that looks good. And let's make about 80 or so. Okay, that's fine. And I want the cloner here. I want the clones here on the line, so I go up 50 with this cloner, and fine. The next thing is, so there are two ways. We could use a plane effector with fields, or directly a sound effector with fields. And this gives different results. You will see. I'll show you both ways. And so first of all, I select my cloner and take the sound effector. So now we have to load a track here, something. So I have here, here, and I use the same like in the video. So hit play, and I need here the peaks here. So I drag in this here, so something like that. Something like that. That should work nicely. And you see in the parameter we have the y-axis 50 in the position, so that goes 50 up and down. Okay, so far so good, but that looks not really interesting. So now we go to the fields, and in the fields I first take a step effect, a step here, so it's a step, and let's go some frames forward, and you see we get this here. And on top of this one, I take a noise remap and make it quite small, so about 5%. See, that looks nice. Interesting, okay. And to restrict this, so I don't want it on the sides here, I make a spherical field. It up 25 centimeter here, so that I have it in the middle of the clone. So that's okay. Then in the remapping I go down here. That looks a little strange, but if we now bring the field to multiply, you see, that is more or less everything what I did. And yeah, but it is not high enough for me. So we can now play with the sound effector. We go to the effectors. It's here. I don't want it so crazy up and down, so I give it a little decay. And maybe I go to average. So let's see what I want. Nicer movement, and here maybe the strength 250 or so. Okay, this is nice like this. So this is the first way you can do this. The second way is with a plane effector. So let's deactivate here the sound effector. I deleted from here, so, and hide this here. So go to the cloner and make a plane effector. In the plane effector, in the parameter, go to position, and here the same 50. So, and now I go to the fields. The first thing I want to do here, sorry, is I need a sound field. See, it's exactly the same here. Bring in the sound file. Okay. Again, we do this with the probe here, so something like that. Go down to here, then bring this to average 50, 250. So, okay. Now we need another field. Here we need first we need a step feed here, so put in a step. So now we have the same like with the sound effector. And now on top of this I put the noise again, the noise remap, make it small, 5. It looks different totally. So the step effector maybe to multiply. Let's see what we get here. You see, this is a totally different movement. It looks more than goes to the side. It moves to the side, and I like this more. This movement. Of course, we can restrict this again. So with the spherical field, and go up 25 with the field. So, and parameter. In the field here, the remapping, I make it something like that, and set it to multiply as well. And I like this movement much more, but maybe it's a little too fast. So okay, go back to the sound field and make it here a little slower in the decay, so 80 or so. Give it here a little more frames, and the strength a little down maybe. Yeah, that looks nice. This is a much more interesting movement, I think. Okay. And I don't need the color here. So let's go off. We could use a color, so a color mode as well, but I'll show you this later. And now we want this in a. So let's go back here. Let's see what we have here. I want to start here. Step effector. Let's see what. An overlay maybe. Stay with me. Does the noise here multiply it? Yeah, I want it starts. Yeah, I wanted it starts at 0 here. So now we can go to the sound again. Bring it here. I can change this only when I stop the animation. This is too much. And maybe go down here to 70. If you see some ugly results here, simply play with the settings. Okay. Maybe I go to peak here. Back to 100. Yeah, as I said, you have to play with the settings. This is too much. 50. Yeah, with the peak, 100 should be enough here. But average gives a better thing. So this will be far too much. Yeah. Okay. Good. Let's see, maybe in the fields here. What is if we put this to overlay? Yeah, overlay is better. And I don't want it so fast, so let's go to 70 here. A little down here. I know this is boring, this set the settings until you find the right settings. But I don't want to put in the original file I did and just copy the values, so you don't see what you have to do if something goes too high or too low or too quick or something else. This shouldn't be the way, I think, when you just copy in some values and yeah, that's it. So I think now with this we can be quite happy. So, and here is the next thing. We can do this now. Moves the whole cube here, and we can also make this with a scale, so that the cubes scale down. So because I have the axis on top of it, that's important for the scaling. Go to the cloner here. No, not to the cloner, the plane effector. And instead of the position, we use here the absolute scale minus 0.9 in the Y. And now we get this, you see. But what I wanted is, I wanted to go up, because that looks more interesting when you put in something like, let's say we put in some bump or something else, or we make sorry, we make the cube we have it editable and make some deepenings inside here or something else. But for this you should be careful, because this can slow down the whole animation quite a lot. So I show you this just with material here. So I put in normal material and make here simple tiles here and go to lines and set everything to white. So okay, here I go one by one and put it on my cloner. So we have here now lines. Maybe let's make it a 20. So okay, and if we play this now, we have the movement now. So and this this space here in between, this size will always be the same, and that looks crazy when you have here the frame around. When you have the frame around here, and you see they disappear in here up, and but here is everything the same. If you do this with the scale, it's interesting too with the scale. So when we go to the plane effector and go instead again from to the scale here, you see we get this. Here we have a smaller size than here, and that looks interesting as well. So you can do it however you want it. But I show you the way I did it with the position. And this was with a simple bool. So let's make here in the cube, let's round the cube a little bit. So I give it a bevel deformer, 0.2 and 2, that should be enough for now. Okay, this is just the texture here. And I make it, what do I have? Okay, so make it current state to object, so it does not have to calculate the bevel the whole time. And now I go to the plane. I have already set here. Okay, so the next thing I need is a frame around our cloner here. So I make a simple rectangle, key for scale, scale it down to something like that. Let's see how make it 240, and this should be 100. Okay, perfect. Because 50 is the cube, and so 100 is okay. Because the last thing we make later on is simply a symmetry object to copy this whole thing. And now we need a cube. So the cube, make it, it doesn't matter, so that we don't have to use. It's important that we have it exactly on top of here. Then it should cover the size here, and it should cover it here, so that's fine. But first of all, we will make a frame. So I copy here the rectangle, make it much smaller. Let's say 10 by 10. Make a sweep out of it. So I select this one, hold my Alt key, sweep, and put this in it. And you see we have here a frame. Here we have the cube. And now take the cloner, put the cloner in a bool. Here, check. And the bool is set to A subtract B, and I put in the B here. So that's it now. So that means when I play this now, you see, you don't see the things going up here. It needs longer to calculate because we have rounded the edges here now, and it has to calculate the bool. So that's so far so good. And now the last thing is simply take the bool here and put the bool in a symmetry object. So, symmetry. Okay, this goes in the wrong direction. Why is it like this? Wait. Ah, the symmetry is here on top. This is not the. So I make the symmetry alone without alt. So now the symmetry is exactly in the center, and now it should work. Yep. And this gives us this nice sound wave here. So I save this. Sound wave tutorial. Okay. And we have a nice thing here. Yeah, so that now we can play. It's not easy to play with the color here, with the random color or something else, because when we are in a pool, the effectors does not work with the color, as far as I know. Let's go to the parameter, effector color, fields color. When I turn off the pool and the symmetry, normally now the color should work. Oh, I don't have it in here. So let's go to here and let's copy the tiles here, or make a layer shader. Bring another shader inside, the MoGraph color shader. Bring this to multiply. This is okay. On top of this we should use a colorizer. Okay. And we have it on our cloner. That's a little weird. We should see something. Bring out the cloner here. Why is this not showing up? Plane effector, parameter, file, fields color is okay. We should see something. Maybe I have to render it. Let's see. Hello. And nope. That's a little weird. I want to know why this does not work. Plane effector, fields color, but it doesn't matter if this is. Huh. This should work normally. Nothing works here. Maybe I have to start it here. No. Come on. There's a color shader. Let's hide the multiply here. Okay, let's clear this. Make a color shader here. Yeah, now the color shader works. Interesting. So this will bring in a colorizer. Colorizer. Okay. Nice. But I want exactly the opposite, so the invert gradient. Okay, nice. And I want these lines, so let's see now. Bring in a layer shader. Tiles. And so, oops, tiles. Lines. One. White. White. Then. Two. Okay, no paper. It doesn't matter. So, and bring it to multiply. Okay. But here, when we go to another, let's try burn. Yeah, that looks nice. This is an interesting thing. It looks great. But the problem is when we put this in the pool again, we will lose it. We will lose our color. So what could we do here? I did in the original, I did an easy workaround. I made more cubes here and gave each of the cube a different color. So what I did was just copy the cube here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go to the cloner and set the cloner to random. And here I'll make another. Here something like here. So this is the cube 1. So I copied this, made it simpler, little different color. Cube 2 and so on. Cube 3. And you see you get different colors then. Now I forgot to bring these lines on top. But I made in my original one, I made this not with lines, I made this simply with I cut it the cube and made some deepenings on the cube. I want to show you what I mean, so it doesn't matter. So, and so we don't need the frame here. So okay, let's go to the cube. E for the edge tools, and I hit UB for ring selection. So I selected all the edges here on this and the rounding, and now is I can cut them always in half. This should be enough here. Now UL in edge mode, select these guys here. MS for bevel, bevel it a little. around here, see, so that should be fine. Then I hit Control click on the polygon mode, so I get this polygon selected. D for extrude, and I extrude it to the inside. And this is all I did. So this. And with Octane, this is a little too much here. You see, go back. And D for extrude. So that's enough. And the good thing on Octane is that the rounded edges node. In a physical render you don't have this. So you don't have to make here a bevel or something else. It's just, you need nothing but the node. But to make this a little nicer, we should make this UL in edge mode. This is a little, but doesn't matter. Let's do it. Sometimes you have a job and you think, should I do it like this or should I not do it like this? And you think and think, and if you would have done your first thought, you would be ready already. And so you still think, should I or should I not? So, okay, MS for bevel it a little bit. So give it 2 is okay. And we have this. And now when we put this in the cloner, we have this nice thing. But I don't like it here. It's too round for me a little. So let's go to the end. Use edge breaks. That does not help. So let's go down to 10 or so. That looks better for me. And this, of course, it works quite well. Yeah, nice. And now we copy this whole thing here. 1, 2, 3. Oops. So, and not all materials, only this guys here. So. And this in the second, this in the third. So make here another difference. I do it with the physical render because the Octane render thing is already online for download. So. Okay, another one. Bites the dust. And another one. I think color. So, and one more. Okay, and now we have random colors here. Nice. And now we can use the bool and the symmetry and the frame. Yeah, this needs, of course, now longer. What I did was I converted this to I make it just for 100 frames for the tutorial here. I converted the whole animation here, the cloner, to an alembic. So when you make this, you can right click, bake as alembic. That needs a little bit, but not long as I said. Okay, I'm back when it's done. So now it's baked here. clone. Ah, what's here? Ah, I'm stupid. No, I don't want it like this. I first want, so I can disable this here. I first want to put this in a connect, so I want just one object. So connect, and now I bake the connect object. This should bake a little faster because I disabled boolean symmetry. I forgot this before. And bake as an lane bake. This bakes a lot faster. I think I don't have to pause the video or the recording. Okay. Now I have to connect here. This is what I wanted. Make a backup folder and put in the connect here. So, and symmetry and should work as well. But why are my good, so I have to put in here the colors. So you see color 1 here. So I put this only on this one. See, color 2, take the second one. Color 3, take the third one. Color 4, take the fourth one. 5 and 6 and 7. So now we have all of them. Good. Oops. Yeah, I can disable everything. I don't need anything of this because it's baked now. So yeah, the sound is disabled now as well because I disabled the plane effector, but this is very comfortable. Because I don't render it with the sound anyway. I render it out and bring the sound in post-work in. So okay, now what I did was here in the frame, current state to object, and don't need here anything. Let's hide this for the moment. And go to edge mode, UB, so for the ring selection, so I have selected the insides here, and MM, okay, go in the polygon mode, UL, select this and this, D, extrudes, do this to the inside here a little bit. Nice. Now give this a bevel. 0.2 and 3. Okay, fine. Bring back the. So we are inside here. Yeah, we could have made this a little smaller, but this is still no problem. So we go to the sweep here, edge mode, UL, and I select this one and this one, T for scale, and I scale it just in C, so I disable these two axes here, and so I can go closer and go, and you see I can make this So that was it. Okay, this is okay. So, and go back, object mode. Yep, okay. And here for the, I use just some wood texture. So, sweep, name it frame. That's and go to the PR textures, wood. I think this was quite nice. I don't want here so much bump. Okay. Yeah, that's it. And now you know it. Meanwhile, the normal Nikomedia thing here, the Nikomedia rig. HDRI settings, no background settings. I need nothing but the background. So make a nice camera. So camera, set it to 0, and now I go with the camera out here. So something like that. Or make the camera here to 80. Okay. We disable the booster. Let's go to. Okay. Now we have this. Give it a different HDRI in the scene rig. I made it new. I have it now in the watch folder, because in the watch folder, when I put on my hard drive somewhere, when I put in an HDRI, it automatically comes in the asset browser. So I don't have to move it in the asset browser from outside. It automatically updates here. So where's my they have to load. Where is my bone lab? Where is my bone lab? That doesn't matter. Take something like this. So nope. And now we need I go to low GI and a middle GI. So starting with the low GI here. This is again back to 10. That should do something. Create a single object is not necessary here. Okay. And now let's see what we get. Let's make some shadow catcher and this How was it in the original one here? So, okay. Simply make background, so make plain plus C E, and simply give this some material. This is the wall. Let's see what we get. So we should get some shadows. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, and let's make it with middle GI and let's see how long it renders. We go here to 720 by 720. Shift R. It should render quite quick, yeah, that works. The curve, I like the curve more than in the original one. Okay. So what I want here is a different lighting, so I don't like this. Of course, this is much easier in Octane because you see it yeah, real time. Okay, but let's see how it looks without ambient occlusion. Little ambient occlusion is okay, but maybe that's a lot. 20. And here, a little brighter maybe. What is this here? Nothing. Oh, maybe we'll find a nice wall texture. No, I want something like tiles or so. Let's go to, no, this is nothing. Yeah, the new physical render textures will arrive soon, so will be uploaded soon. The new Octane textures are already ready to download. I don't find anything nice here. Let's search tiles. Let's see what cinema gives us. Maybe something like this. And let's see what we get. Yeah, maybe a little too big. So let's go here to 50-50. Okay, something like that. I don't want to play so it's long for the texturing. I did this so often in my tutorial, so you already know how to texture something like this. This is a really easy thing, but it needs so long time with physical render, so that it really makes almost no sense to show this in a tutorial, because it needs hours until we get the nice result we're looking for. And yeah, maybe I'd upload a nice one for patrons, so you can download a nice version of this. But for the tutorial, this is it. And I will upload a nice one for the physical render as well, so that you see how to texture it. But this is an easy thing. Good. I hope you like this one. You see, it is really not hard to do it. The only thing is here, playing with the settings can become boring with the time. But then when you find your settings and when you are satisfied, you are happy. I know this feeling. And that's the reason I play sometimes hours with settings. So because I know when I find it, then I'm really happy. Okay. So if you have questions, complaints, requests, please let me know. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you will find the link in the description. You will find there, then on Patreon you get all the tutorial project files, other downloads, textures, and whatever. So it's about nearly 350 Patreon posts where you get something on Patreon. So yeah, that's it. And if you say no, for not Patreon, but I want to donate a little bit, you can do so via PayPal, and PayPal is in the description as well. Good. So I wish you a nice evening, and yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, and hope you're with me in my next tutorial. And the next tutorial will be a little more interesting, I promise, because this one honestly is a little boring. But I got some requests for it, so but this is the reason I forgot it, because I thought tutorial for this. But I got some requests, and of course when I get requests I do it, no question about it. Okay, so have a nice evening and all the best here from Austria, Vienna. Tschüss und Baba.